Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Greetings, one and all, and welcome once again to Tom's Hit Parade Live. Excuse me while I suck on the end of a cherry lifesaver. Let's see. If it looks like I've got something in my mouth, I do. But yes, welcome once again to Tom's Hit Parade Live. I hope you guys are having a wonderful June. We are having a wonderful June here, but it has been a rainy weekend. The whole weekend long. Went out on a road trip yesterday to visit my aunt and uncle, and it rained the whole drive out and the whole drive back, with the exception of maybe 10 minutes here and there of sun breaks. But yeah, it has just been raining like a son of a gun all day today. From what I heard a few days ago on the weather report, the Seattle-Vancouver area is supposed to be getting the brunt of this atmospheric river system. So, and if we're just getting the southern edge of it, I can only imagine what Seattle and Vancouver, and to an extent Portland, are getting. I haven't watched the news in a couple of days, but wouldn't be surprised if I hear reports of flooding and stuff. So if you live up that way, I hope you're doing well. I hope the weather is not being too brutal with you. But hey, it's putting off fire season here in Oregon. That's all I have to say about it. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a good thing. That's a great thing. Yes, we have a creek running along the back edge of our property, and it is higher now than it has been, than it was all winter season long, you know, from mid-fall to mid-spring, which is our rainy season here. It's never been as high as it is now, so, or wasn't. It's been higher than it is now historically, but anyway. So yes, today's video is going to be bargain bag for the month of June. I can't believe the year is almost half over, which reminds me, yes, I'm going to be doing, hopefully at the end of June, maybe at the beginning of July, my mid-year countdown of favorite albums. This will be replacing my quarterly spankin' platters, which I have just not been in the mood to do so far this year. So yes, look forward to that. I will probably be giving you guys a video, at least one video next weekend. I've got a 5-day weekend in store, yay. Taking a couple of extra days off from work. So I hope to crank out at least 2 pre-recorded videos for you guys. So look forward to that. And because there will not be a playlist video this month, because I have really not been listening to a whole lot of music except for bargain bag CDs and recent releases. I'll take care of just a few liner notes that I have, which I normally do at the beginning of my playlist videos. A couple of music passings to note since I did my last playlist video. Excuse me. First of all, we have Vangelis, the Greek composer, musician, film score composer, amongst other things, electronic musician. This is actually a disc of his themes from his various works, and it's actually a Japanese print. I found it at Skips on one of my last visits to Skips. It's got the OB strip right here. But yes, this has a couple selections from Blade Runner. He did the score for Blade Runner and Chariots of Fire. Of course, that's his #1 well-known, best-known composition, as well as some a couple of tracks from Mutiny on the Bounty. He did the score for that film, and a few other assorted instrumentals not necessarily related to films that he did. So yes. Godspeed, Vangelis. You gave us a lot of great music to listen to over the years. And another artist who just recently passed away, just this past week, a few days ago, Jim Seals of Seals and Crofts. And I actually just picked this up a couple of days ago after I heard that Jim Seals had passed away. Of course, I have heard Summer Breeze, and there was another one that I know I've heard before. Diamond Girl, I think, is the other really popular one that's played all the time on, hey Anna, that's played all the time on 70s radio and stuff. Maybe a little cheesy, a little soft for some people, but there's something to be said for that kind of music. The nice easygoing music, the kind that you'd put on a relaxing Sunday morning or in the evening when you're unwinding. Why not, right? But yes, this is Seals and Crofts' greatest hits, obviously. So yes, plenty of good music that came out of that duo there. So yes, Godspeed Jim Seals as well. So I guess that is that's it for my liner notes. Really, I don't think that anything that's channel related I've been talking about in my recent videos too. Not a whole lot going on in that respect. So yes, let's go ahead and break down the contents of last month's bargain bag in order from cast-offs to keepers. Let's see what we had in last month's bargain bag. First of all, Brian White. He's a country artist, and there's actually quite almost half the stuff in here is country related. He's okay, a good singer, good voice, and decent songs, just not good enough that I really wanted to keep it. So this is his album, The Right Place, by the way. I think that was his like third album, if I remember correctly on Wikipedia. And then another country artist, Lisa Brokop, I think is how you pronounce it. Again, a good vocalist, decent songs, just meh. Most country, I have to say, is meh in the grand scheme of things. Next one is a more well-known and more recent name, not country, Usher. And this is his, it was listed in his discography on Wikipedia as an EP, but it's 9 tracks. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I consider that an album. But yes, it's called Versus, and this one's okay. It's got a Pitbull feature, a Jay-Z feature, Bun B, who I've never heard of outside of this, and Justin Bieber appears on a remix of Somebody to Love. So, decent stuff. I think all I've got of Usher is his CD single of his big hit song, Yeah, which is a great song. But yeah, have never really had the desire to explore him beyond that. And that CD doesn't really change my perception on that. So, not that it's bad, it's just not my cup of tea. But these next ones, I think these are all going to be keepers. This first one is kind of a maybe, but the other ones are definitely. Susie Bogus, I think is how you pronounce her name. Something Up My Sleeve. And she is country, but I kind of like the stuff that she came up with on this album. And I believe this is like her 4th album, maybe her 2nd album, I can't remember. Let me see. Just Like the Weather, that's a good song. And Souvenirs, that was a really good one. It talks about how a lot of America has become kind of tourist traps, and you know, some people think of, you know, the America, how do I describe this? Small town America. A lot of people have started thinking about it as a touristy kind of thing, as though it's, you know, small town American life is a tourist thing, or you know, something quaint, something to be, oh, isn't that cute, rather than some people's actual way of life. That's kind of the message that I got from the lyrics anyway. But yeah, that was a highlight on this album. And I thought there was one other one that I rather liked, but Souvenirs was definitely the standout on this one. So it's a very, very good album. And then we have, this one's some people are gonna sigh or roll their eyes or whatever at this, but John Tesh. Yeah, I kind of like some of John Tesh's stuff. Hey, I like Yanni's early stuff, so hey, I'm a bit of a new age. That was one of my first, I've mentioned this before, that was one of my first big things that I got into when I first started getting into music, was that new age trend back in the late 80s, early 90s. And John Tesh was one of those. This is a pretty good album. The cassette version of this was in the big cassette haul that I got from my mother's friend Sue a couple of years ago, last year, I can't remember. And I kind of liked it. And so when I saw this on CD, I think at the time I picked it up and put it in a bargain bag, I didn't realize that this was one of the ones that I had on cassette. So, but hey, it's kind of, since a lot of new age music is primarily electronic, CD is arguably the format it was meant to be heard on. So in my way of thinking, the CD is an upgrade from the cassette. So, but I'm still going to hold on to the cassette. I mean, why not? I've got the room for it, so what the heck. This next one is a CD single. Whitney Houston's version of the Star Spangled Banner that she did on Super Bowl 25. And you probably know this about me. I'm not like the flag-waving, yay, America type of person. I feel privileged to be an American. Let's not, I won't dispute that. But still, you know, I'm not a huge patriotic music fan, but it's Whitney Houston. Come on. And, she just, I mean, as usual, she knocks it out of the park, sports pun intended. And the B-side of this is America the Beautiful. And so I thought, why not? I'm going to go ahead and keep this one, especially since I paid pennies for it, basically. Next up, we have another female R&B diva from the 80s and 90s, Patti Labelle. Gotta love Patti Labelle. This is her album, Be Yourself. Just the title of the album, in my opinion, is a fantastic message. Be Yourself. That's one of the songs on here. It's excellent. If You Ask Me To is one of her big hits. And that leads off the album. I've always enjoyed that song. And there are a couple of songs on here. On this album, she kind of ventures into the New Jack Swing thing that was becoming popular. This was 1989 is when this album was put out. So yes, lots of good stuff on here. Not the more traditional or, well, traditional contemporary soul and R&B sound that she was known for. She kind of ventures into contemporary territory on here, but still a very, very good album. And definitely a keeper for me. And that one is kind of tied with this next one as the winner chicken dinner of the month. I had a feeling I was going to enjoy this one when I saw it, and I was right. Smokey Joe's Cafe. This is basically the original cast album from a Broadway show, celebrating the songs of Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, the classic Motown brill building kind of stuff. All of the big hits are here. Obviously, these are not the original versions. These are performed by the cast of this Broadway review. But I mean, pretty much every song from the 60s, R&B pop song you can think of. Searchin', which was by the Drifters, I believe, originally. And Poison Ivy, which I think was from the Coasters. On Broadway, which I think was also the Drifters, or I can't remember. Yakety Yak, which was a Coasters hit. And they actually do a medley of Yakety Yak and Charlie Brown, both of which were Coasters hits. But I mean, and Hound Dog, and this is the original Big Mama Thornton version of Hound Dog, and not the, in my opinion, far inferior Elvis Presley version. So, but yes, Love Potion No. 9, Jailhouse Rock. So yes, a whole bunch of great songs on here. Very entertaining to hear different vocalists other than the classic Motown and R&B Atlantic Records vocalists doing these songs. So yes, absolutely a highlight. I am so happy that I found that one in the in a bargain bag. Of course, actually, I found it. I assembled these bags myself, as I mentioned, from the 4 for $1 special they were having at Epic Seconds on their $1 shelf. So, water break. So anyway, yes, that wraps up the breakdown of last month's bargain bag. So let's go ahead and dig into this month's bag. Let's pop the seal. And then unravel the tail of the bag, I guess you'd say. And then lop off the head of it. Now, let's see what we have in here. I'm kind of right-handed when I do this. Let's see. We have, Clint Black. His album, The Hard Way. Country artist, obviously, as if you couldn't tell by the cowboy hat. Excuse me. And then we have Paul Seabar. I looked up this guy when I saw the CD on the shelf, and I cannot remember what type of music he does, but it looked interesting. And the back cover looked equally interesting. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this one out to see. And you see me looking into the bag, but I can't see anything because they're all sideways. So I'm not cheating, honest. Then we have Ian Brown. And I'm not sure. I think this guy's an alternative rock artist. Unfinished Monkey Business, which I love the title of that album. I love clever album titles, so we'll see what that one is like. And then we have, All for One. And this is their album, And the Music Speaks. And these guys did, I Can Love You Like That. This was one of their big hits. So yeah, I am looking forward to. I love late '80s, early '90s R&B. I'm always, actually, this is 1995, so this is mid '90s R&B. I am never afraid to break out some of that and listen to it. And then next up we have, Daniel O'Donnell. This guy is a, well, Irish, I would assume, singer, and he does covers of classic pop and R&B songs. Teenager in Love, Love Me Tender, Blueberry Hill, Bye Bye Love, and Save the Last Dance for Me. So yeah, Great American Songbook stuff and 50s and 60s pop standards. There were a couple of his on the bargain shelf, so I think in another bag somewhere it will be another one of his CDs. They looked interesting, so what the heck. And then we have All-State Champion, and the album is called Is It Nothing to You? I have no idea who these guys are, but obviously I wanted to give them a shot. And yes, the sticker on the front, and I believe that is an Epic or a Everyday Music price sticker. Yes, I'm that familiar with the price stickers of the stores up in Portland that I can tell what stores they came from. But yes, I paid $4 for $1 for it, as I did to all these other ones. Oh, he does Mediterranean and Latin music. Oh, thank you. You're my shotgun Wikipedia looker-upper. Thank you, Anna. And then we have Ringside. This is alt rock, I think. I've seen the CD before on the shelves, never picked it up and checked it out. So interesting that it's called Ringside, but the athlete that this guy is interviewing on the cover is not a boxer, but a football player. I don't know if that was meant as part of the joke or what, but clever nonetheless. And then last CD we have another country artist, Vince Gill, with his album High Lonesome Sound. Yeah, I like the cover picture on this too. So yes, as with the last bag, a couple of country things and a few other assorted stuff. So yeah, gosh, it's not even 20 minutes and I'm basically done with the content of this video. But any questions for my many watchers? Two. Yeah, if I don't want to apparently All-State Champion is obscure enough it's hard to find anything about them via searching. Yeah, I had never heard of them before, so I figured they're a punk band. Yeah, they kind of look maybe punk or emo punk, possibly. Yeah, that's one thing I forgot to do was try to guess what these artists might be. That's one of the things I like to do in Bargain Bag, is to see if I can guess what genre the artists are in that I don't know about by looking at the album covers and stuff. But well, I guess I kind of sort of did that. But yeah, this guy I'm guessing is going to be like an alt rock singer-songwriter type of thing. And I guess there were actually really just 3 or 4 of the CDs that I didn't know what they do. But yeah, this looks like kind of looks like an emo punk sort of thing. And then yeah, these guys look like alt rock to me. Stranger Man is one of the tracks on Ringside. Sleep Well, Jeff. That's another one of the tracks. And sometimes just I like looking at the song titles to see if they tickle me or amuse me. Curse of the Northwest is one of the songs on this one. Sinking Ship. And yeah, this All-State Champion is on the 5-1 label out of Santa Monica, California. So definitely an indie release. Let's see. I can't really see if there are any amusing song titles on this one because the insert is upside down and big-ass price sticker over most of the Can't See Me is the name of one song. Ice Cold Cube is another name, track, the name of another track. So, anyway, so it is exactly 20 minutes. I think maybe I will just go ahead and cut the video here. Oh, alt rock. I nail it. Yes. See, I've listened to a lot of music and looked at a lot of CD covers in my time, so I think I've developed a fairly decent sixth sense of what's what. So I guess that's it for now. Yeah, I figure it might as well give you a slightly shorter video this time. Hopefully next weekend I will be able to, or following next weekend, I will have a bunch of content that I can unleash on you in fairly quick succession. I don't want to dump everything on you guys all at once, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Bargain Bag for the month of June 2022. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, check out my past videos if you like. Leave me some comments on what you think of these CDs, if you've listened to any of them before, if you liked, anything in this bag or in my last bag, if you have any thoughts on any of that stuff. So, and as always, check out my YouTuber friends in the description below. A bunch of good people there. They put out good content. And I guess that's it. So I'll see you guys next time, and life's too short to be a music snob. See ya.